One of the easiest solutions that you really can find if you have many menopausal symptoms is going to be check your vitamin deficiency. In today's video, I'm going to share you in my 26 years experience working with the menopausal woman exactly one vitamin that really can help you remove all those symptoms and you never check those vitamins. The vitamin that many women forget after 50 is vitamin E. And vitamin E is not a hormone. It does not replace estrogen, it is not a miracle cure, but in many ways supports the body in very important matters. Vitamin E helps protect cell membranes, blood vessels, skin nerves, and the fatty tissue from oxidative stress. And this matters in menopause because when estrogen drops, many women become more sensitive to inflammation, circulation problem, skin dryness, and nervous system irritation. And hot flashes. This is why vitamin E can be useful as a part of complete menopausal protocol, especially when hot flashes, night sweats, dry skin, poor circulation, and oxidative stress appear together. But now comes the important part. Not every vitamin E supplement is the same. I see it in thousands of my patients, women in menopause, when we check the blood levels, and usually they are vitamin E deficient. You have all those symptoms, you take chemical medications, nothing improves, you do not correct your everyday life, your healthy habits, and of course this is going to be a lot of problem. But vitamin E is so crucial. Now please listen to me very carefully. Most vitamin E supplements on the market contain alpha-tocopherol, but even here the form matters. On the label you want to look at natural d-alpha-tocopherol, not synthetic dl-alpha-tocopherol. That small letter L matters because d-alpha-tocopherol is synthetic vitamin E, while d-alpha-tocopherol is natural form. So you want d-alpha-tocopherol, not DL. DL is synthetic form that will not help you that you want, but if you use vitamin E after you check blood level test, it really can help you with all those menopausal symptoms. In my clinical approach, when I recommend vitamin E for women in menopause, I prefer natural d-alpha-tocopherol form. And I also prefer an emulsified form when it's possible because vitamin E is fat-soluble. That means you need fat and the proper digestion to be absorbed well. If a woman has weak digestion, poor bile flow, gallbladder problems, bloating, liver stress, or poor fat digestion, regular vitamin E capsules may not work well enough. An emulsified vitamin E form can be helpful because it is broken down into smaller particles and may be easier for the body to absorb. In many women, my clinical approach starts with vitamin E 200 international units daily, preferably in natural d-alpha-tocopherol form, and ideally in an emulsified form for the better absorption. I usually recommend taking it with a meal that contains healthy fat because vitamin E is a fat-soluble. This is not extreme dose, this is practical support dose. But it still must be used intelligently, especially if a woman takes medication, has bleeding risk, uses blood thinners, has liver or gallbladder problems, or is already taking several supplements. Vitamin E may support hot flashes, night sweats, circulation, skin dryness, and oxidative stress, and nervous system, but vitamin E is not enough and the deeper system is broken. That's why, my dear viewers, you really need good professional help. Someone who really can make special program with nutrition, special natural remedies, and special vitamins or minerals for your menopause. And this is something that it can be done, my dear woman. I do these programs for almost 26 years, and good quality life with special nutrition, with natural remedies, perfect natural minerals and vitamins are only way that you remove or put down all those menopausal symptoms in the safe and natural way, not just using chemical hormones that will never help you. And this is my protocol. This is the biggest vitamin E mistake. Vitamin E can be helpful, but it must be respected. Higher amounts of vitamin E may influence blood thinning and bleeding risk, especially in people who already take blood thinner medication. So if you take warfarin, aspirin therapy, clopidogrel, Eliquis, xarelto or any anticoagulant or blood thinning medication, you must speak with your doctor before using vitamin E supplements, and this is not optional, this is safety rule. Also, if you're preparing for surgery or dental surgery, vitamin E supplements may need to be stopped before the procedure. But that decision must be made with your healthcare provider. The rule is simple: do not fear vitamin E, but respect vitamin E. It is fat-soluble, it is stored in the body, and the form matters, the dose matters, the duration matters, and your medical history matters. And this is how I help a lot of my patients using vitamin E. Of course, my dear woman, if you can, I'm going to recommend you always eat good quality food that contains a large quantity of vitamin E. But for the simplest solution is going to be check your blood level. If you have all those crazy menopausal symptoms, see if you are deficient in vitamin E, and this is how you're going to correct them if the only vitamin E is the problem. For everyone who wants to remove all those menopausal symptoms or any kind of chronic conditions, call my office, send us your full name, address, send us your medical findings through Viber or the WhatsApp. I'm going to receive them, and you can arrange my private phone consultation, and I'll be making sure that you get my programs on nutrition and natural remedies for your problems. For everyone who wants to learn a lot more about nutrition and natural remedies, you can find in my 4 books. I'm author of 4 books about nutrition and natural remedies. All of my books you can find in the link below the video. You can find in almost over thousands of pages about nutrition and natural remedies. If you want to learn a lot more what really can help with the menopausal symptoms, watch my video right here. Thank you for following me. See you next time. Bye bye.